Good morning. We are on Kuta Beach. We're walking along Kuta, heading up to Seminyak Beach. It's a beautiful day, sunny. There's a bunch of people out surfing, enjoying themselves. And today we're going to talk about 2 lies that people tell themselves about retirement. The first one is that Social Security is going to save them. And the second one is that when AI comes along and takes everybody's job, there's going to be UBI, baby. UBI. Don't you know that? Everybody's just going to get a check from the government. That's going to work out great. We're going to talk about why these are not going to happen and why you need to start preparing now for your retirement yourself. I'm going to show you some great places to hang out here in this area. I love the Kuta Beach area. It's great for your surfers. It's great to have fun. And for me, it's just part of going to Southeast Asia every year. I like to come here to Bali. I'm also going to take you to a great place to grab a bite to eat. I like to show you these places that are off the beaten path where the prices are good. They're not tourist prices. So I'm going to show you another one of those. We've got a lot to talk about in this video, so let's get going. We need to be honest with ourselves about our retirement plans and about what's coming. So living in Southeast Asia was a big part of preparing for low-cost retirement. One thing that people are not willing to say to themselves is that Social Security is not going to come save you. It's not. Social Security right now in the US is broke. There is no money to fund Social Security. It's broke. What they're doing is a Ponzi scheme. They're taking money from young people and they're giving it to old people. The numbers don't work. There's not enough people to actually maintain that. And that whole system is going to collapse here. They say around 2026. What the heck? They say by the 2030s, it's going to be so underfunded, it's going to be a joke. Okay, that's something we need to stop lying to ourselves about and start working on as responsible adults. What are we going to do because of that? My plan has been very simple. I invest and build my own retirement plan. It's not complicated, really. I just take a portion of every paycheck for the last 35 years and I put it in dividend stocks. I also put some in growth stocks as well, but mainly I bought dividend stocks so I could build my own retirement. It takes years to build a retirement this way. It takes consistency. It takes being a responsible adult and not wasting your money on goofy things. And that's not easy for people to do. And it wasn't easy for me to do either. I had to change my life. I had to take a good look at what was going on and realize Social Security is not going to come save me and it's not going to come save you. And it needs to be our responsibility to build our own retirement. I'm going to put on the screen some of the stocks that I like to buy to build my dividend stock account. They're involved in industrial metals, shipping, energy, pharma, all of those great fields. Fields that continue to go forward in any recession, through any economy. My appetite is not in a recession. I'm going to show you a low-cost place out of the way to grab a bite to eat. The Aussie Bakehouse. I love to go here and get these. I'm going to do one of the sausage rolls, please.
Plain sausage roll or cheese bacon sausage roll?
The plain. And then can I do a one of the curry pies, please?
Curry pie?
Yep. Grab myself one of these Coke Zeros here and we'll step outside. I love these. These are about $3 each. That's about the same price that I pay in Thailand as well. I pay about $3 each for these in Thailand. And these are so delicious, fresh baked. They're so good. I just walk by and grab at least one. Right now, as we see artificial intelligence getting smarter and smarter, and at the time that I'm making this video, oh my gosh, OpenAI has released another new AI called 4.0. And that is basically like talking to a human, but a super intelligent human. And it is a fraction of what GPT-5 will be capable of. I am thinking, in my estimation, about 10 million jobs every year going forward from 2025 will be lost to artificial intelligence. And what people are thinking, you hear it on the internet, people talking about it, why? They're simply gonna pay UBI, baby. The government is just gonna hand everybody a check. I'm gonna tell you that's not gonna be able to work. Now, there might come a time 10, 20 years from now when the economy has completely flipped and everything is being built by AI and robots, then UBI might work. But when that happens, both capitalism and democracy will be gone. That's right, neither one will survive that change out because neither one operate in those kind of dynamics. There is no profit incentive. So what happens to us as people who want to retire? That's what we're going to talk about. You see, I'm not going to wait for UBI to come down the line because there's no economic system that we know of where they can just start cutting checks to everybody without raising the debt level so high that it crashes the value of our currency. The inflation, the devaluation, we don't have a system in place right now that will allow this. Now, there have been a few groups that have talked about how UBI might work. That's great, but governments are not talking about it. And we are so behind the ball, and there's so many jobs that are gonna be lost every year to AI going forward. We're not ready for it. I want you to be ready for it. So I'm gonna tell you what I have done. The first thing that I did is I took a good look at what my job was. How can I protect my job as long as I need to so I could build up my retirement? And that was the first step. I made myself valuable at work, and I also made sure that my work involved physical activity and not just sitting in front of a computer. Because I'll tell you right now, any job that involves sitting in front of a computer is going to be gone very quickly. And that is not something that I want to be caught up in. That's why I want my job, even in IT, I wanted my job to involve physical work in some way. Network engineering was perfect for that, and I got a chance to work with a team that was building out server rooms. That was excellent. It was also very educational for me. The first step has to be that you protect yourself from getting laid off due to AI. The next step is going to be start building your own retirement. And build it taking into consideration the companies that are developing AI, invest in them. Okay, I'll show you some right here that you can invest in. Now, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm not some financial advisor, but for me, this is what I'm investing in for the long term. And what about dividend stocks? I want to be involved in stocks that are going to pay me no matter what the employment economy is. I want stocks that involve in energy and in shipping and in metals and things like that. Things that continue to roll on. It doesn't really matter how the economy is necessarily working. They continue to build the infrastructure and utilities in our life. I don't want you to be blindsided. I don't want you to get into a position where you tell yourself that Social Security is going to come rescue you. It's not. I don't want you to tell yourself that UBI is going to come and save all of us. It's not. These things might work in the future, but at that point, there's no more capitalism and there's no more democracy. Things change radically. It's the time right now, today, till that time comes in the future, the transition period. That's when we have to prepare for. And the way we prepare for that is by being responsible to ourselves, working hard, and investing our money so that we build our own retirement going forward. My plan includes not only to build that retirement, but also to live in low-cost places like this. We will not allow ourselves to be blindsided by the changes that are going to happen in our economy. We're going to prepare. And we're also going to grab ourselves a bite to eat. I want to show you a great place that I go to just get a low-cost, fresh-cooked hamburger. When I'm here in Bali, I come here to Don's. Thank you. Thank you so much. A hamburger here like this will go for about $3.50. So pretty much whenever I'm doing my walk, when I come by here, I'll stop in and grab one. They make a double patty as well that's like $6, and it's probably one of the best double patty burgers you can get your hands on for $6. Everything is fresh baked, fresh, delicious. It's just a great way to go. I stop in and I grab one. Bad Wolf is a place that I went to last year when my son and I came here to Bali, and it's a great place to get your hair cut. Very cool barbershop, really a neat spot. But upstairs they have this great cigar bar. They have cigars from around the world, but for myself, I like to grab myself the Indonesian cigars and try the local fare. A cigar here will go for about $12. But they have some that are about like $9 as well, and they have ones from around the world that are pricier. Get yourself a nice glass of whiskey to go with it. For me, I'll also grab a nice Coke Zero on the side, and let's relax and enjoy. And we still got a lot more to talk about, by the way. They have strong Wi-Fi here. You can come in, relax, listen to some music. They have music as well. Just a really nice place to stop in. Instead of going out at night and going to clubs and bars and things like that, that just isn't my scene anymore. I would much rather just have myself an ounce of a quality whiskey like this, a great cigar, relax, chill out, and for me, this is a great evening. It's time for straight and uncensored talk with Retire and Go. So buckle up, baby.
We're gonna have a talk. We're gonna have a talk about something that honestly nobody else wants to discuss, so that you understand. We're gonna talk about the reality of what's gonna happen here with AI. And what's happening over the next few years. In the next 24 months, next 2 years, I look to see just about every job that involves sitting down in a desk and staring at a screen to be optional. It's going to be done by AI better, faster, and cheaper. And so if that's a field that you're in, I want you to start thinking about that and decide what it is that you're going to do. What are your plans? Don't wait. And this is one of the reasons why, you know, like I said, nobody really wants to discuss this. No one wants to talk about it, but we have to. And someone has to start this conversation. The next thing that I want you to think about is what are you going to do next and how are you going to make income? The idea of selling everything, investing it, and getting ahead of this AI revolution, that was what I did. I retired early and I got out. But what are you going to do? What are your plans? How can you make yourself not AI proof, because nothing is AI proof, but how are you going to survive over the next few years so that you can invest and build for the future? Are you doing a job that involves physical labor in some way, even if it's an IT job? Are you working on a side that works with hardware? I would move in that direction. I would move out of a direction that involves utilizing telephones, systems, and using computer systems and interacting, accounting, finance, human resources, any type of data analysis. I would move out of that. I would move into fields that are going to require a more physical aspect, and it doesn't have to be heavy labor, it just has to involve a physical aspect. And again, nobody else is going to discuss this. Nobody else even wants to talk about it, so we're going to talk about it. I want what's best for you. I really appreciate you spending some time with me. It was nice to kind of get out here in the beautiful wind and waves. Oh my gosh, there's surfers everywhere. It's a beautiful day today here on Kuta Beach, and I love this morning walk. If you would like to know more about early retirement and living in low-cost countries, like and subscribe to the video. Come along with as we travel all of Southeast Asia and go to other countries as well outside of Southeast Asia. We've got a lot more to talk about and a lot more to see here in Bali as well, and I would love for you to come along. In the comment section, put what your thoughts are on UBI and Social Security. I would like to read them. And again, I appreciate the time you spend with me. I'm gonna go and relax and enjoy this beautiful day. We'll talk again soon. Aloha.
Just when I thought it was safe to roam the beaches of Bali, the mad dog of Semanyak. Yes, patrolling. Look at him, just practicing chewing on a human femur. He's got a chunk of human flesh. Vicious beast, just look at him.
Think that Social Security is gonna come get you. We'll try that again. Some guy's being a drunken idiot over there. We'll go ahead and move a little bit.